Hey guys, just finished second exam in McCarran Prevention class. I'm pretty proud of what I got. I got an A, so I'm really excited about that. So I'm just going to talk about how I'm going to prepare for the final that's coming up because we only have one module left before we have our final. And then what I'm going to take from how I did on the last two exams and how I'm going to follow through to make sure that I'm still doing well for the final exam. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and look at all the old exams and the quizzes that I've taken, and I'll look through the questions, see what I missed on the questions, and then I'll study those questions and then go back into the PowerPoints that are about those questions that I missed more and study those a little more often. Most times teachers will use old questions from tests that are like more missed or were really important concepts throughout the year. And so by going back and looking at the tests and the quizzes that have all the questions on there, if you know those questions, you're pretty set for the final. So like that's what I always do originally. That's the first step. Is look at the old tests, study them, see what I know. Sometimes I even make a Quizlet out of the questions, just so like I'm basically retaking the test for practice, and then I'm making myself pull it from memory instead of just going back and like reading all of the slides. However, for the actual test, that's what I did. I went back to all the slides, every single presentation we had, and I wrote down basically the entire presentation. So I'd go to the slide or the presentation, pull up a slide, figure out what I thought was most important on there, and then write it down in my notebook. And then once I get through one presentation, I'd go to the next one and write it down, and then go to the next one and write it down. And I'd go through about however many slides were in a presentation, which could be up to 60 at some point, and was basically writing down the entire presentation and what was important about it. And while time consuming, I remembered a lot of it because by writing it all down, and then when I go and take the test, I could be like, oh, I remember writing that down. And it's a lot because your muscles have to do it, and then when your muscles are doing it, your brain is making a connection. Okay, I remember writing this. I remember doing this. So the more that I write stuff down, the more or the easier that it's going to be for me to recall it while I'm taking the exam. Um, but and then I just go back once I have all of the notes from each presentation. I go back and I read them a lot. It's a lot of repetitive reading. I have tried different ways, but it's so easy to just go back and read. Like it requires a lot of time because there's a lot of stuff to read, but by rereading and rereading and rereading, I remember it a lot better. I don't know why that's me because I know a lot of people are like, oh, if I reread, I can't remember it. But I do. And sorry. So basically, like that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna follow the same steps that I did for each exam because I did well on the exam, so I don't want to switch it up and then and try something different and then it doesn't work as well for the final because kind of want to keep getting good grades for the final. Um, but yeah, I'm really excited to see the rest of this class. I know we've got some projects going on in there as well, but I've enjoyed the class so far. I've learned a lot from it. And so yeah, basically that's really what I'm going to do. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks.